There lived a couple who had two daughters, who were named Ifunanya and Ifeoma. They were not twins. Ifunanya was the eldest, and she was calm, responsible, and kind-hearted, while Ifeoma, the youngest, was lively, but very pampered to a fault. Being the last born, Ifeoma always got what she wanted, no matter the cost. Even if Ifunanya had something that Ifeoma desired, it would be taken from her and given to her younger sister. This constant favoritism often left Ifunanya feeling hurt and overlooked. Whenever Ifunanya expressed her feelings, her parents would dismiss her concerns with the excuse, "She's the last born now, you should let her have it." As time went on, Ifunanya began to question her place in her family. She wondered if she was truly her parents' child, because their love and attention seemed solely reserved for Ifeoma, her sister. Their family was one of the wealthiest in the town. Ifeoma grew increasingly spoilt and rude, knowing she would face no consequences for her actions. Her parents refused to discipline her, and it only made things worse. One sunny afternoon, a cousin came to visit the family. Ifunanya greeted him warmly and served him refreshments. Ifeoma, on the other hand, ignored him completely, acting as if he wasn't even there. The cousin was impressed by Ifunanya's humility and good manners. Before he left, he gave her a beautiful chest filled with shiny gold bangles and earrings as a token of appreciation. Ifunanya was overjoyed and thanked him constantly, her heart swelling with joy and happiness. But the moment Ifeoma saw the chest, she was very jealous. She marched straight to her parents and demanded that the chest be given to her. Without hesitation, her parents called Ifunanya and ordered her to hand over the chest to Ifeoma. "But it was a gift to me," Ifunanya protested, holding the chest tightly. Her father's face darkened with anger, and before she could say another word, he slapped her on the face. Stunned and humiliated, Ifunanya let go of the chest as tears streamed down her cheeks. Her father immediately handed the chest to Ifeoma, who smiled mischievously. Ifunanya ran to her room, crying uncontrollably. Her heart ached with questions she could not answer. Why do my parents treat me this way? Am I not their child too? Why does Ifeoma always come first no matter what? She wondered. As the years passed, this pattern continued. Both sisters attended prestigious universities, but even at that, Ifunanya's accomplishments were ignored by her parents. She worked hard, consistently achieving excellent grades, while Ifeoma was an average student. Yet, whenever Ifeoma managed to score a B in a course, their parents would throw a small celebration in her honor. Ifunanya, who was standing silently in the corner, would excuse herself to her room and cry. The pain of neglect became a constant companion for Ifunanya. Their parents made Ifunanya do all the house chores, while Ifeoma laid around, doing nothing. Ifunanya never complained aloud, but at night, she would cry silently into her pillow, wondering why her parents treated her so unfairly. One cold afternoon, Ifeoma demanded ice cream and insisted that Ifunanya should go and buy it for her. Their parents, as usual, obliged and ordered Ifunanya to run the errand. Ifunanya immediately went to get it, but hours passed and she didn't return. Evening turned into night, and still there was no sign of her. Worry began to creep in. Her parents searched the town, asking neighbors and passers-by if they had seen Ifunanya, but no one had seen her. They searched tirelessly for 2 days, but when their efforts proved fruitless, their concern began to fade, and they stopped searching for her. Life went on as if Ifunanya had never existed. A week after Ifunanya's disappearance, something strange began to happen. The family's businesses started to fail. Contracts were cancelled, investments crumbled, and profits dwindled. Their wealth began to vanish before their eyes. Soon, they could no longer afford to send Ifeoma to school or buy her the expensive gifts she was used to. They were baffled by how quickly their riches had disappeared. Desperate for answers, they reached out to an old family friend who suggested they seek the wisdom of a mysterious prophet. He sees things that others cannot, the family friend explained. Perhaps he can tell you the cause of your misfortune. With no other option, the parents decided to visit the prophet, hoping he could shed light on the strange events that had turned their life upside down. The next day, they made their way to the prophet's humble home. The prophet listened to their problems, and after a moment of silence, he said, "Go and find your daughter. Only then will your problems be solved." The parents exchanged confused glances. "But our first daughter is Ifeoma," they replied. "Ifunanya is not our real child. We adopted her." Then the prophet replied coldly, "Yet she called you her parents and loved you as her own. Do you remember that it was after you took her in that you conceived and became wealthy? You were blessed because of her, but instead of treating her with love and gratitude, you maltreated her and dared to claim that she isn't your child." His voice grew stern as he continued, "You have already done the damage, but I have told you what to do. Go and find her. Only then will your fortune be restored." The prophet's disappointment was clear as he dismissed them, saying, "Please leave my house." Ashamed and burdened with guilt, the parents left in silence. They began to search tirelessly for Ifunanya, calling her name in every corner of the town, but she was nowhere to be found. Days turned into weeks, and their efforts were fruitless. As time passed, their wealth continued to decrease until they were left with nothing. The parents, who were once the richest in the town, were now poor and broken, living with the weight of their regrets. You must learn to treat every gift, be it a person or opportunity, with love and respect, for you never know its true significance. You only know the true value of something or someone when you lose it. The end. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe.